Hello, you are welcome back. Today, I want to encourage us as believers about what I title Dealing with Idolizing Fear. In my previous video, I spoke about what an idolizing fear is, and I'm still going to take the same Bible text to explain how to deal with idolizing fear. Exodus chapter 14 from verse 13, it read, and I quote, "And Moses said unto the people, Fear ye not, and stand still, and see the salvation of the Lord which he will show you today. For the Egyptian whom you have seen today, ye shall see them again no more forever." For you to be able to understand what I was explaining about idolizing fear, you need to watch the previous video, but I will just say this. When did fear becomes an idol is when the fear expressed is of reference. Because here the Bible was talking about fear that was supposed to be given to God as a way of referencing God or worshiping God. It is what they express here. The Bible says they fear, they were frightened as soon as they lift up their eye and they saw the Egyptian coming. And Moses said to them, also is the same way, fear, the fear that's supposed to be given to God. Moses told them, say, fear ye not, and stand still. How do you deal with fear? That's what we're considering here. How do we deal with fear? Look at the way Moses addressed the issue. He said, fear not, and stand still, and see the salvation of the Lord. Why will Moses give them such an order? Then we need to understand what the Bible was saying there. Because the word stand still here is the word yasab. And what is yasab telling us? Yasab is actually telling us to stand, to set or station oneself. That means it's not talking about just implying that you should stand firm and prepare. It's telling you to take a deliberate position. Sometimes this word is used to station when you are speaking to an army to stand by and be positioned for war. And when we want to use this concerning a Christian, we are telling the Christian not to be moved, not to remain to stand, to withstand every attack of the enemy. It's like when you encourage the believer to be courageous, to be unmovable, to be unshakable, to stand still, like one position, body posture, one position to take an action. Is much more than just standing without doing anything. It's talking about standing, taking position, being ready to attack, to take position. So when he told them, he said, fear ye not, stand still, and you will see the salvation of the Lord. You remember what the Bible says somewhere in Psalm 46 verse 10, when it says, be still, and you will know that I am the Lord. He said, be still. And the word be still there that he used is the word Rapha, which means to let go, to be healed, to let go, to be healed. That's what he's telling you there, that you let go, you should make room, you should let go. Brothers and sisters, what fear does is that it occupies a position that was supposed to be for God in our heart. And the only way you can chase away fear is by standing still. You have to be relaxed, that's the word Rapha, and let go. That's what he's telling you. You relax, you let go, so you could be healed. You see, sometimes when people are seeking for healing, what they do not know is that they must let go sickness for healing to be able to have a place. You must let go your trouble for God to be able to come in place, because whatsoever occupies your mind is the Lord at that moment. That's what we refer to sometimes as landlord. Every time you think you are afraid, what you are doing is that you are giving room to that problem to occupy your heart. And when you are giving room to the problem to occupy your heart, if God must come to rescue and to save you, God can only move from within you. So where will God be staying in your heart if already something else is occupying it? The beginning of healing or freedom from every situation disturbing one is to first of all let go whatsoever occupies your heart. That's why I use the word be still and know that I am God. That may be relax, let go, don't hold on to again, let go of the pain, let go of the trouble. Don't let the sickness sit right in your heart. Sometimes people are afflicted in their body, but actually that affliction is sitting in their heart. People sometimes are feeling weight in their finances. They thought the thing is actually reflecting in their bank account. They don't actually know that it is sitting in their heart. Until you let go, then God cannot arise from within you. You must learn to let go. Listen, see what he say. He say, when fear not, stand still and see the salvation of God. The way for you to be able to see God is when you stand still. Stillness is what is required if you must see. Stillness is what is required. When you are not still, you cannot see God. When you are not still, you cannot see the salvation that you are requiring for, that you are pursuing, until you learn to be still. Now, do you know God will never speak in the midst of trouble? God cannot speak to you in the midst of trouble. God does not speak in the midst of steering. Let me give you an example from the Bible. Remember John chapter 5, when the Bible talk about the pool of Bethesda, how the lame, the halted, they were all gathered there. And the Bible says, what were they waiting for? They were waiting for the moving of the water, that an angel always come in a certain season to move the water. And the first to drop into the water is healed. Wait a minute. Before the angel could move upon the water was first of all still. Because in fact, one simpler translation says they wait for the bubbling of the water, the bubbling. So that means the water must create a ripple for them to know an angel has entered. God does not stir up a revival. God cannot stir up in your soul when it does not come from the place of stillness. Because for the water to bubble, it means it was still. If it was not still before and it was always bubbling, then they will not know if an angel comes in. It means that water was still before it began to bubble. So for God to be able to bubble out of your life solution, bubble out from your life deliverance, it must come from the place of stillness. Are you still? The way to deal with fear is to stand still, is to be still. And to be still means you have to open the door and first of all let the fear go. Most of the time, 95% of the time, God will always speak to you in stillness. He will not speak to you in bubbling. Because if there's, for example, there's a storm and the water is bubbling, after a while, that bubbling water will begin to carry dirty particles. Now, though we need the steering of the Spirit of God in our heart, but it must start from the standpoint of stillness. After God has stirred up mightily in us, it will certainly come down at a point again, because it takes stillness for God to speak, what will lead to the bubbling of the water. God is not always in the bubbling. God is in the stillness. What caused the bubbling, even when you see God, is the instruction that came out of stillness. Have you learned to be still in His presence? Whenever your heart is troubling, that means what is happening now is bubbling. And in the midst of that bubbling, you will hear the voice of your mind. You will hear the voice of devil. You will hear the voice of the trouble. You will find it difficult to identify the voice of God. And the only way you can find the voice of God is to now be still. Quench the bubbling. Remember when Elijah went to go and meet God. The Bible said there was earthquakes, there was heavy wind, there was fire, but God was not in them until there was a small still voice. What He requires is stillness. It is stillness. That's why when God moves powerfully by causing a bubbling, it will always return back to stillness. Look, you have to understand this. You see mighty miracle, you see mighty signs, mighty move of God. God is not exactly in that move. It's His instruction, His voice that was kept by one that were able to get that revelation from stillness that led to that bubbling, that led to that great move. When you see the power of God is released, blind begin to see, cripple begin to walk. God is not in that miracle. It is the instruction that is carried out that causes that miracle to occur. And that instruction can only be gotten from stillness. So until we as Christians learn how to be still, how to be relaxed, and let go, relax in the arm of God, and let go of the issue. While you are still, your mind is calm, you are sure that as you being a Christian, 100% of the time when you are still, you will hear God. Remember already the Bible says, for the candlestick, the spirit of the man is the candlestick of the Lord. One translation says is the lamp of God. All you need to do is to be still. Pay attention, be still. Then you will hear that word that is required for that change that you are looking for. I pray today that this message will encourage you. It will open your mind to understand how to be able to be still in time of trouble, so you can get the accurate instruction for the next thing to be done. May the hand of the Lord rest upon you. I know I will see you next time. God bless you.